I'm going to music special, and can't you tell that I feel swell? I'm gonna clap along and sing my favorite song in order to listen music special. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is lesson number 24. Today we're going to learn about eighth rests. We're going to talk about the instrument called the clarinet. We're going to learn about the great composer Mozart. We'll talk about rock and roll for a little bit. We'll clap together, and we'll play a game of Guess What Instrument. Let's get started.
That's right, that's right, that's right instrument, that's right, that's right, that's right instrument is making me sound.
You see on your screen a marimba, a piccolo, and a saxophone. Listen. That was a marimba. You see now on your screen a cello, a bass clarinet, and a trumpet. Listen. That was a bass clarinet. There's a banjo, a flute, and a bugle on your screen. Listen. That was a bugle. Let's talk about the clarinet. What instrument is that? What instrument is that? How does it sound? Where is it found? But first of all, you must tell me now, what instrument is that? The clarinet was invented around 1700. Using a single reed, the modern clarinet is a straight cylindrical instrument made of plastic, rubber, hard resin, or wood. Versions of the instrument include the soprano B-flat, most common, and E-flat clarinets, the alto clarinet, E-flat, and the bass clarinet, B-flat. Its tones range from mellow and reedy to high and bright. Clarinets are played in orchestras, wind ensembles, and jazz, concert, and marching bands. So we learned that the clarinet was invented in 1700, which means that it's been around a little while, but it's not the oldest instrument that we've seen. We learned what the clarinet looks like, and there's a picture to the left confirming that. We don't need to worry too much about the different kinds of clarinets there are. We learned a little bit about what the clarinet's tones are, and it has quite a large variety of tones. They can also be played in a lot of different musical situations, like the ones listed on the card. Now let's learn about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. A musical legend, Wolfgang Mozart lived a very short life and produced a tremendous amount of music that included over 600 pieces. His father was a skilled musician and recognized that Mozart already had extraordinary talent at age 4. By the time he was 6, Mozart began touring Europe playing the piano. Mozart wrote his first opera at age 12 and conducted 20 performances when he was 14. Though Mozart was very talented and had written a variety of compositions, he struggled to pay his debts and died a poor man. Mozart was capable of enchanting audiences with his charming, skillful melodies. Writing during the classical period, Mozart cleverly adapted the musical rules of balance and beauty to all his pieces. His favorite instrument was the piano, but he also wrote symphonies, string quartets, and helped the clarinet establish a place in orchestral music. Two pieces that will give you a taste of Mozart's music are Symphony No. 40 in G minor, that's what we're listening to, and his opera, The Magic Flute. All right, next let's talk about rock and roll. Rock and roll started sometime in the 1950s in the USA. Most of the time it uses guitars. Electric guitars are common, one playing the rhythm and the other playing the lead. A drum kit, a bass guitar, a singer, and sometimes a piano and other instruments too. Rock and roll was inspired by the blues, jazz, country, and gospel music. It has a driving dance beat. Some famous rock and rollers were Elvis Presley, Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and Jerry Lee Lewis, but there are too many great ones to name here. Let's talk about eighth rests. Eighth rests. An eighth rest, you see one there, is equal to half the value of a quarter rest. You see one there at the end of the sentence. In 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4 time, 2 eighth rests equal 1 quarter rest, 4 eighth rests equal 1 half rest, and 8 eighth rests equal 1 whole rest. You can see that depicted below in a kind of mathematical equation. You can certainly try to draw the staff, the lines of the staff, and eighth notes at home if you'd like, but I think it's a little more interesting to look below that. If you tap your foot when you're listening to music, and I hope you do, every time your foot hits the floor is the downbeat. So you can see that here with the darker foot, which looks like it's touching the floor with its toe. And every time your toes are at their highest point, that is the upbeat. So notes or rests on beats 1, 2, 3, or 4 are considered on the beat. When you're tapping your toe evenly, the beat is when your toe touches the floor. Notes or rests on the and are considered off the beat, or, like I said before, the upbeat. So think about that the next time you're tapping your foot listening to one of your favorite songs. Let's clap a little bit together. All right, I've drawn a rhythm for us to clap quickly. This is just one measure in 4/4 time. You see, I've also put some repeat signs in here because we're going to repeat this measure over and over. So we've got some eighth notes, and in between them, eighth rests. These are counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So, I'm going to put on the metronome and we'll clap this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, thank you for coming again, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Well, I'm going to music special, and can't you tell that I feel swell? I'm gonna clap along and sing my favorite song, and all to listen music special.